Hey, welcome back to another Doujin review from White Album 2. Today we're going to be looking at a mini novel. It's actually a collection of short stories, which makes it kind of a fun little read. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So you can tell right off the bat this is a small book. It's actually about the size of a small hand, I suppose. It's one of those books that you can kind of tuck into your back pocket, you can bring into the subway. It's very popular in Japan, these tiny books. It's also pretty thin. So, this is White Album 2, Piece of Snow. A very simple cover, but it gets the point across. And also, because it's kind of made to be a mini story that you're able to take into public, it's kind of nice that it doesn't have any like big pictures of waifus on it or anything. It's inconspicuous, I guess is the best way to put it. So this is Piece of Snow. Let's see what this is all about. So, Piece of Snow is a collection of short stories by two different authors. We have Katou Miyabi and Nekotarou. So, Katou Miyabi wrote chapter 1, and then chapters 2 and 3 was Nekotarou, although 2 and 3 are kind of one story, just separated in half. So, the first chapter, written by Katou Miyabi, is Setsuna's Heart. Now, Setsuna's Heart, and again, because this is a collection of short stories, the text isn't that dense. It's well written, and it's a lot of quotes and thoughts that interrupt it, kind of similar to the format of White Album 2 itself, so I thought it was an enjoyable read. Basically, Setsuna's Heart starts off kind of following the main storyline of having stage fright, as in the introductory chapter, the school festival where she's all dressed up in the traditional outfit, the train ride, of course, between her and Haruki, which is kind of one of the sparks to start their relationship, really get him thinking about it and actually interested in that. So it follows this, but then it moves into Haruki getting sick. And in getting sick, Setsuna has to take care of him. So it kind of follows that sickness trope, which honestly I'm a sucker for, as well as a lot of fans, I feel like. But it's interesting to see it reversed onto Haruki, because in this story, of course, it's Haruki taking care of Kazusa, which was adorable. That was honestly one of my favorite parts of introductory chapter. But this time, it's Setsuna getting to be like the motherly, wife-like, taking care of Haruki person. So that is an interesting and very cute read. Then we move on to the next chapter. The next chapter is called Me, Her, and Her Care. This is by Nekotarou. So Me, Her, and Her Care is again about illness. It's about Haruki getting ill and being taken care of. So, same premise. Actually, I'll go ahead and spoiler alert. This whole book is about Haruki being sick and people taking care of him, which is adorable. And it's interesting that a whole trifecta of stories would be centered around that concept, but I'm not complaining in the least. It is very, very cute. And honestly, I think one of the biggest signs of love is someone taking care of you when you are sick, just because it shows they love you when you're at your very worst. They're willing to take care of you, they're willing to put themselves at risk for you, and I think that's adorable. So there's that. We move on, and this is a continuation of the last part. So this is called My Girlfriend, and many others are too much. So this chapter is basically about every character, every female heroine from White Album 2 trying to take care of Haruki at the same time, which is funny and adorable and very quirky. So you have like Koharu, and in the last chapter, Koharu was kind of the focus of the one taking care of Haruki. And now in this one, it's Koharu and Mari-san and Setsuna and Kazusa and Chiaki. Like, everyone is trying to care for Haruki at the same time, and they're all kind of questioning why the others are there. Like, why are you here? You're only his coworker at work. Why are you here? You're his boss. Don't you have other things to do? It's just very cute overall, how much they care and just the playfulness between the different girls. It's not like a nasty kind of jealousy, but more like a confusion jealousy. You can tell in Japanese, instead of using quotation marks, they kind of use these little boxes to express sometimes thoughts, but usually quotes. And so it's just all of the different characters talking between themselves and not a whole lot of dense explanation or dense paragraphs, which makes it a lot easier and more fun of a read. It's a very light-hearted type of novel, type of short story novel. But that's basically the premise of it, is just caring for Haruki and the hijinks that ensue there. So, at the ending here, thank you very much for picking this up. We have the email address of Nekotarou here. And then just getting into some of the other credits. So this was released in 2012. Now, the circle that it was released by was Neko Mimi no Oka. Neko Mimi is like cat ears. So it's kind of cute, and it ties into Nekotarou. Neko is cat. So cute there. And then it does actually include some of the graphics from the game, which I thought was very cute. Some of the scenes here, we have Koharu and Setsuna, and I do love the traditional outfit. Always, always. That's one of my favorite parts. And then just listing out which pages the different chapters are on for that. In the back, it's just a brief explanation of what the chapters are about, being taken care of when you're sick. It's a short story. This is actually originally 300 yen, which is about $3, which honestly, for this little novel, which I think is one of the cutest little novels I've read from White Album 2, is a steal. Like, I love this novel. I love the concept. I love how simplistic it is. Sometimes the most simple and cute tropes are the way to go. So, thanks so much for joining me on this doujinshi review. I'll be doing more doujinshi reviews from White Album 2 in the future. So until then, I hope you take care. See you!